This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have highlights of all 7 section final games, including Manteca facing Oakdale, Monterey Trail battling Central Catholic, and Merced meeting Bandon.
We start our winter coverage with Granite Bay and Wood Creek meeting in boys and girls basketball, soccer with Escalon meeting Liberty Ranch, and we check in on the Dixon football player 1 year after the loss of his twin brother. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
To 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We have an exciting mix of playoff football and winter sports with basketball and soccer on the show tonight. So in case you're wondering, our high school sports coverage doesn't just end with the fall season. We love football and volleyball and all the fall sports, but we also love all the rest of the sports. So we're going all the way through winter season and then finishing things off with complete coverage of spring sports.
So we are covering basketball, soccer, softball, baseball, lacrosse, and more. And that is what makes this show so unique. Let's start off tonight with the Division I section final game as the talented Folsom Bulldogs square off against the mighty Rockland Thunder. Undefeated Rockland took home the Sierra Foothill League title with the 40-7 blowout win over Folsom in the regular season, but this one is going to play out a little differently.
Yeah, the last time these two teams met, Folsom was without star quarterback Tyler Tremaine, the straw that stirs the drink for the Folsom Bulldogs. Rematch is for the SJS Division I championship played at Sac City College Friday night.
Folsom, Rockland, Sac Joaquin Division I championship game. Let's see how it plays out. Rockland up 3-0 in the second quarter. Joey Roberts to Kyron Bell, and the senior comes down with the great catch. But that's as far as the Thunder get on this drive when Isaiah Riumi and a pack of Bulldogs halt the Thunder. Here's the Folsom offense. Tyler Tremaine drops back, and Rico Flores Jr. comes out of nowhere and is there on the receiving end, but the Thunder's Caleb Larson gives the Bulldogs no room to run. A Folsom field goal ties this game up at 3. The Folsom DBs were sticking to the Rockland receivers all night long. Caden Bienvenu breaks up that pass. It's a defensive battle so far. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Tyler Tremaine, a dart up the middle to Walker Lyons, and the tight end is moving the chains. The Folsom drive ends with a Tor Hendrick 4-yard punch-in, the first TD of the night, and it's a 10-3 Folsom lead heading into the third quarter. Roberts rings Kyron's bell once more. Bell with the one-handed catch, but again, the Folsom defense. This is Diallo Washington tackling the ball carrier at the line to bring his offense onto the field, and on that next Folsom drive, Donovan Maxey Parlor is in. The point after puts the Bulldogs up 17-3, and Rico, you have a question?
Why are they down this though?
Rockland's offense averaging over 40 points a game, and the Folsom defense comes up clutch when it matters most. Greco Carrillo trips up the receiver in the flat, and Folsom brings home the rings. The Bulldogs will play for a NorCal championship on Saturday.
You only get one high school career, so you got to make it last while you got it. I mean, a lot of seniors didn't want to go home tonight. Last 3 minutes, we all came together and we said, don't let this be our last 3 minutes. And sure, we pulled it off as a team, and I just hope we keep going.
It's a solid team, and everyone just worked hard all week, all year actually, and we played the hardest today. And it feels great knowing that I could do my part for my team, and just know that we're have another week to play.
What's next for Folsom?
NorCal championship. Is that it? Is that it?
Brian Mueller saying hello from Wood Creek Tuesday night as the Timberwolves and visiting Granite Bay both playing their season openers, and the Grizzlies coming out of hibernation quite nicely. TJ Mavidi's pump fake works like a charm, and he has smooth sailing to the hoop for 2. Granite Bay with the 2-point lead. Later in the first, Jordan Lee passes out to the double team on the baseline, and Tay Hollins ready and waiting for the corner 3. T-Wolves up a point. To the second now, Zach Seymour driving right into the Grizzlies' den and living to tell about it. The hoop and foul. Granite Bay up 17-15. On the other end, a play that would make Tim Duncan proud. Fundamental low post moves exhibited by Trevor Alfstad finishes with a baby hook to extend the Grizzly lead. Later in the quarter, Garrett Krupp to DJ Herkenrath, and he powers his way for the basket and foul. He had a team-high 11, Wood Creek down by 2. Let's head to the second half now. Hollins hits Seymour on the perimeter. The three is down, and Wood Creek is now up 33-31. Still in the third, Mavidi with a nice find. Alfstad all alone down low. We're all tied up. To the fourth now, and that's when Davis Abel takes over. Hits the three to give Granite Bay the lead. Then Aiden Keefe and Mavidi keep feeding the hot hand. Abel, another one from long range. Grizzlies up 5 with 4 to play. Wood Creek isn't giving him any more of those, so he attacks the basket instead. 8 of Abel's 14 coming in the final quarter. That put the Grizz up 7, and they go on to win it 61-55.
Parker Ream coming to you from Inderkum High School for some boys soccer action. The Tigers taking on West Campus, and in the first half, things started pretty slow. But 14 minutes in, Rodrigo Fernandez Alvarez, the header, a shot by Joshua Collins is blocked. Jacob Collins gets a shot, which is also blocked, but there's Rodrigo to clean it up, start and finish the play. 1-0 Inderkum. 38th minute, Benjamin Elkins gets the ball, cuts inside, one dribble, sees an opening, and that net is open. An absolute rocket into the back of it. Inderkum led 2-0 at the half. 8 minutes into the second half, Jacob gets it once more. He decides to just take this one himself. No one's blocking that one. 3-0 Tigers, they led. 10 minutes later, it's Jose Manuel Campa who takes the chance from 20 yards out and absolutely buries it. What a shot by Campa. Tigers up 5-0 now. Jose sends a cross into the middle, and Benji gets underneath of it. He sets, and another rocket, but this one is off the defender's leg and in. His second goal, but he'd lead the team with a hat trick as Inderkum rolls to an 8-0 victory at home.
Mark Wills reporting, and we stay outside for girls soccer. Monterey Trail and Capital Christian. Early in the first half, Monterey Trail in white, Elizabeth Elizareris leads her teammate with a nice pass up to Jasmine Cruz, and her bright yellow cleats boots this one high and tight for the goal. With 28 minutes to go in the half, Elizareris keeps the ball from being cleared, and from 25 yards out, she goes corner pocket. It's good. Monterey Trail leads it 2-0. It's now 4-0 when Jocelyn Malone tacks the net and shoots it past the keeper with her strong right foot. Mustangs pulling away with 8 minutes to go in the half. Right before the half ended, though, after a nice run by Isabella Villa, she makes a nice cross pass to Malone, who knocks in her second goal of the evening. Nice control and good footwork there. In the second half, Elizareris with a corner kick as she gets all this one off the goalie's head and off the post. Serena Leggett is in the right spot at the right time to tap in the goal. She plays defense normally, so good for you, Serena. Monterey Trail wins 8-0.
Time now for the Players of the Week. These players are chosen for their standout performances from games played last week. Our first player of the week is Seth Scheidt, the quarterback from the Merced football team. The Bears stunned a top-seeded Kimball team, beating the Jaguars on a game-winning 2-point conversion. Seth scored the final touchdown and threw the pass that won it all for the Bears. In all, Seth scored 4 times and racked up 281 passing yards. The Bears will play Vanden for the section championship coming up later in the show.
Our second player of the week is Maddie Walker from the Davis Water Polo team. The Blue Devils beat Soquel in triple overtime to make it to the NorCal championship game. The senior goalie had 19 saves in the match, including clutch saves in those overtime periods. The UCSB commit is also our Scholar Athlete of the Year. Congrats to Maddie Walker and Seth Scheidt, this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
Patella or kneecap dislocations can occur during a twisting injury to the knee or a direct blow to the inner aspect of the knee. Often the patella will quickly relocate into its normal position, but it may remain dislocated, requiring urgent treatment by a medical specialist. Typically, we see a significant amount of swelling in the knee after this injury, and the knee joint range of motion may be limited. Patellar dislocations are usually treated with rest, bracing, and PT for range of motion and strength, with a return to sports in 3 to 4 months.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, Valley Oak League opponents Manteca and Oakdale face off in the Division III Championship.
Then we head to the hardwood for Yuba City and Rockland as 49ers Sac-Hi Sports returns.
Tracy Toyota has been building and the construction is over. The all-new Tracy Toyota grand opening sale is here. Don't miss huge savings on new and pre-owned inventory, stocked just for this event. Our experienced and friendly staff is ready to help you find the perfect vehicle for you. We have cars on the way, so you can also claim it before we get it. Celebrate our grand opening sale with offers like this on a new Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Shop in person or at TracyToyota.com. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Our first SunPower Electric game tonight is the Division III Championship with Manteca and Oakdale. These two league opponents met on the final game of the regular season, with Oakdale shutting out the Buffaloes 28-0.
Yeah, but this next meeting is for it all. Manteca and Oakdale in our SunPower Electric game. Our Brian Mueller was there.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, we have a historic matchup for our SunPower Electric game Friday night. Oakdale and Manteca have been going at it on the football field for 98 years, but this is just the second time these two storied programs have met with a section title on the line. Starting with the 3-seed Buffaloes, the leader of the gang is, of course, Blake Nicholson, who has more than 2,000 total yards and 38 touchdowns. And he will be tested by this mighty Mustang defense. Before allowing 7 points in their last game, Oakdale was working on a streak of 4 shutouts in a row. So let's get to our SunPower Electric game. You heard about Oakdale winning the last meeting 28-0, but Manteca was without several key players, including Nicholson. First quarter, Buffalo's on the doorstep, and it's Hudson Wyatt to Garrison Reese for the quick hitter. Manteca out to a 7-0 lead. The Mustangs would tie it later in the quarter. To the second now, this time it's Mr. Nicholson getting the goal line carry, and he is in. Buffalo's back on top, 14-7. Later in the quarter now, Manteca punting it away, but it's not fielded cleanly, and the Buffaloes come away with it, and they would take advantage. On the very next play, it's Wyatt down the sideline to Zion Allen, 45 yards, and Manteca goes up 21-7. That would be the score at the half. But the Mustangs get some momentum in the third. Jace Rao getting to the outside, and he will make this a one-score game 3 minutes into the quarter. Manteca trying to answer, but Hunter Grubbs on the hunt for some Buffaloes. The sack, and Oakdale gets the ball back with a chance to tie. And that is exactly what they do. I'm a little late to the party on this one, but it's a long ball from Jackson Holt to Kevin Camelin. He is in for the 68-yard score. We're all tied up at 28 with 10 minutes to go in the game. There will be no scoring into the final minute of the game. Wyatt's got nothing at the beginning of this play, but he buys some time and goes for it all and gets it. Allen again breaks a tackle, and he gives Manteca the lead with just 28 seconds left. Oakdale trying to answer one more time, the Hail Mary, but it's Nicholson on the other end knocking it down, and the Buffs win their 8th section title in school history, 35-28. Here's Manteca's clutch combo after the game.
That last play, it was a special play, but it didn't work out how it wanted to. So I was called for the ball. How do you come in? Special, because him, he's a transfer. We went through a lot of adversity with him, and I love him today.
I love this kid. Hey, he's just an athlete. He made the play down the field, and I'm just so proud of him. I'm just so proud of this team. You know, even before halftime with the punt, I had trusted him to throw that fade ball to him, and I just knew that he was going to. This is the fastest man in Manteca right here.
Thank you.
In Stockton with our SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Brock O'Haron and his peeps hanging out in Rockland as the Thunder took on Yuba City in some hoops. I'm Mark Willis. Brock, a good friend of the big show. Rockland's Jackson Gent gets it over to Kihana Morosco, and it's bombs away. Morosco, he's only a sophomore. Then it's Nate Legale who kicks it out to the top of the key, where Gent goes long ball, a little rim shaker as Jackson rattles down the three. The Thunder on the attack in the glass now as Morosco comes in untouched and in midair is able to put it back in with ease. A little air five, by the way. Yuba City down early but still putting up the fight. Here's Keon Walker who pops into three. He had 8 points in the contest. Then the Honkers' Aaron Lopez gets it over to Davis Warren, who uses Lopez as a screen and drains the three-pointer. Nice shot there. Then it's Morosco finding Daniel Euler on the other side of the court. Daniel splash. The Thunder is loud, and they love shooting the three ball. Nice ball movement here by Rockland as they break down the zone with ease. Mark Lorenoff finds it to Luke Hyatt Nice touch around the net for Luke. Ball does not even touch the floor. Keanu Morosco with the steal now and finds his big man running down the floor as Laronoff scores 2 of his 13 points in the game here. During the timeout, Coach Steve Taylor of Rockland was drawing up the plays. Honkers now on the attack as Warren gets it to the hoop, draws contact, and gets the ball to go in for the three-point play. Nicely done there. Then Jackson Bow gets the pass from Simon Kozlov. The senior guard gets into the key and knocks down the off-balance fadeaway Jay. Thunder goes on to win big, 89-41. Rockland was hot from outside, knocking down 12 three-pointers in the contest.
Brian Mueller checking back in from Wood Creek Tuesday night for some girls' hoops between the Timberwolves and Granite Bay. The Grizzlies all over the Wolves early on. Madison Wright with the long 2. Granite Bay with the early lead. Second quarter now, Robertson with a long pass to Julia Riley. Step back 3. Later in the quarter, Macy Gonzalez pushing up the court, and it's Riley again. Another one from long range. She had a big game with 23 points, and the Grizzlies are up 18-3 in the second. The T-Wolves trying to hang in there. Izzy Devereaux hits the floater, but the Grizz playing long ball again. Right to Sydney Howes, and it's a 15-point lead midway through the quarter. Granite Bay will take a 16-point lead into the half. Third quarter, this inbounds play executed perfectly by Granite Bay. Robertson to House. Final 30 seconds of the quarter now. Riley slings it to Ali Tanfani. That's a long 2, and the lead swells to 18. To the fourth now. Morgan McMillan to Giselle Torrey. That's a 3-ball. But Granite Bay would keep the Timberwolves at bay. Robertson to Riley to House for the lay-in plus the foul. And the Grizzlies win their season opener 49-27 the final.
Coming up, this week's inspirational athlete, David Abeles from the Dixon football team.
But first, take a look at our Sac-Joaquin section. Girls basketball top 10 preseason poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
The 5th-seeded Merced Bears upset the number 1 seed last week to make it to the Division IV championship. Senior receiver Evan Perez was fantastic in that semifinal game, and so was our player of the week, Seth Scheidt.
Yes, he was. The Bears will have their work cut out for them, facing a dominant 2nd-seeded Vanden team that has scored 128 points in its first 2 postseason games. Vanden and Merced meeting at St. Mary's for the D4 championship Saturday afternoon.
Merced looking to keep the upsets coming with a win over 2nd-seeded Vanden in the Division IV championship game. Merced's offense is the first on the field. First play from scrimmage. The Vikings, Robert Breed gets the pick 6. The strong Vanden defense showing their stuff early. So the Bears get the ball back and drive down the field. Seth Scheidt passes to Enoch Evans, and the junior gets the chains moving in the right direction. Merced knocking on Vanden's door, but the Vanden defense refuses to answer. Abraham Saunders gets the tackle that brings his offense on the field. Trey Dimes from the shotgun hits Braden Chavez, who makes the defender miss before taking it 30 more yards, and a couple plays later, Dimes hands it off to Sean Davis. Davis goes up the gut and is in for the score. Vanden goes on top 14-0 until there's just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Scheidt hands it off to Evans, and Evans tight ropes his way up the sideline and scores. The Bears are on the board 14-7, and in the second quarter they tie it up. Seth Scheidt, plenty of time, launches it to Jack Collins, who comes down with it. Jack hauling it in, and we are tied at 14 with 11 minutes to go in the half. Vanden turning to its air game. Surprise, surprise, with a QB like Trey Dimes with over 2,500 passing yards this season. Jemai East hauls that one in to put the Vikings on top. Merced looking to tie this up before the half. 2:30 to go. Scheidt with a short pass to Collins, who does the rest. No defender in sight, and we are tied up at 21. Skipping ahead to the fourth quarter, the Dimes East connection was working. An amazing catch there from Jemai, and that is his third touchdown. Jemai would also finish the day with 2 interceptions on defense, including this pick 6. And the Vikings bust this game open in the second half with 4 unanswered touchdowns. Dimes would rack up over 300 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. That fourth one in the hands of Sean Davis, the senior, with a big game for the Vikings, who are your Sac-Joaquin Section Division IV champions. East scores 4 times, and the senior has a word for the naysayers.
Don't give up on us. Come on, man. They said we was the underdogs. Don't give up. Don't give up on us, man. We like that. We are like that.
Every week we bring you the stories of athletes who inspire us in all sorts of ways.
1 year ago, the world David Abeles knew came crumbling down, but by keeping his friends and family close, David has remained strong while settling into a new reality, one that does not include the person who's been by his side since before he was born. (2021) GEL League champions. The Dixon Rams saw their share of success this season, both on and off the field.
We really do care about winning, but most importantly, we care about what's best for the team, and that's being a brotherhood and inspiring each other.
Senior David Abeles has played his final football game. Bittersweet, but with David's strong work ethic, Coach Bessaggini says David will succeed at whatever he puts his mind to.
David's a kid that has always just been here, always put his head down and did his job, and had a smile on his face when he did it a lot of times.
David credits his strong work ethic to having a twin brother, an instant and constant competitor who has been pushing David since the day he was born.
We always compete against each other, academics, some athletics, mostly academics, but just being brothers.
Since they were born, they were competitive about things like height and weight. David was always just a smidge shorter and lighter than Luke, and they were always kind of neck and neck.
Neck and neck, side by side, arm in arm. The Abeles twins tackled life together, alongside younger brothers Andy and Benny. But 1 year ago, that reality changed.
Did you see any signs that he was kind of feeling like that?
No, I didn't. No. All out of the blue. I guess he was going through some dark times, and then he got ran over by a train. Suicide.
David's twin brother Luke took his own life on November 28th, 2020.
I just went numb. At first, I couldn't believe it, and then as it started to sink in, I was like this really happened.
Luke was a social butterfly, an extrovert, go-getter. David, a bit more reserved, but strong-minded and loyal. David and Luke would bring out the best in each other.
They had this twin kind of connection. They didn't have their own language or anything like that, and they had their own way of communicating with each other and helping each other through everything.
But this is something David would have to get through without Luke. So David put his focus into sports and into his relationships to help cope with his grief.
Obviously with this, been devastating, but with how much of my family and friends have been able to help me cope with this, definitely made me truly happy sometimes.
He's matured so much, and part of it is the age that he is at anyways. But, what he's been through at the age of now almost 18 is significant, and how he's navigated it with so much composure. He stayed engaged in life. He's really a role model in that way, I think.
He's been more vocal with his teammates and with the students at Dixon High about just checking in with them. I'll see him talking to people walking around campus, making sure everybody's okay. So he's kind of turned it to an outward focus when I think he's really an introverted kid, to be honest with you.
I want people to know that it's never too late to reach out to a family member, a friend, or just an acquaintance that, you know, something may be going wrong, then they can do their best to help you prevent what you might be thinking of doing.
David says he hopes to continue living life like Luke was still right there in front of him, pushing him to be great.
Wherever I go, he's always with me, no matter if he's here on this earth or not.
Although Luke is not here physically, he'll always be.
Every time I look in the mirror, I know there's a little bit of him in me there.
In David's own reflection.
David says he hopes to take the best parts of Luke and now wears the color blue a lot more since that was Luke's favorite color. And the Abeles family has also set up a scholarship fund in honor of Luke, and those are available to Dixon High School students.
Okay, and you can sign up at the Dixon Water Polo website.
Dixon Water Polo website. The team has done a lot in raising money for that scholarship.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, coming up on Mattress Firm Perfect Match, it's the Division II championship game with Monterey Trail and Central Catholic.
But first, here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer team from Central Catholic.
Many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to tell them we back and we never left and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like Candlestick Park. Who are we? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang.
We've got a problem, America. Junk sleep. It's what you get from a bed that isn't right for you. Keep calling Kevin Keith. Junk sleep. Left your laptop on the bus? Junk sleep. Can't straight think? Slunk Jeep. What you need is real sleep. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, did you get out of the wrong side of bed this morning? Or the wrong bed altogether? Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Welcome back to Levi's Stadium. We continue with the big matchup for the Division II title. The Monterey Trail Mustangs have made it to their third straight section title game. They are 0-2 and looking to turn that around with a win, possibly, over Central Catholic. Junior Zach Larrier is an integral part of the Mustangs offense.
Central Catholic features our all-around player of the year in Aiden Taylor. The Raiders are 11-1 on the season and hoping that 12th win is for the title. Mattress Firm wants to find a mattress that is your perfect match, and each week we scour the section to find the biggest game. This week, Monterey Trail and Central Catholic is our Mattress Firm perfect match.
Aiden Ponyboy Taylor hoping to continue his dominant stretch this year in the D2 section championship game. It's Monterey Trail versus Central Catholic, and in the first quarter it was the Mustangs running game that got things going. Dalen Ellis breaks through the middle and is gone on the first play from scrimmage, 80 yards to the house. 7-0 Mustangs, but Central Catholic, they're the 1 seed for a reason. They respond on the next drive. Julian Lopez taking it up the gut, 7-7. We head to the second quarter, still tied. Tyler Wentworth takes the snap, rolls out a dump off to Victor Rivera, but a great punch by Fada Fehi Paloka ends up in the hands of Monterey Trail. 5 minutes left in the half. The Mustangs were driving, and Frank Arcuri fakes the handoff and keeps it himself up the right side for the tutty. Monterey Trail took a 22-13 lead into the half. We fast forward to the fourth quarter. Central Catholic down 22-20. That's until Lopez takes it up the left side. Great blocking from Elijah Robinson allows him to walk into the end zone as the Raiders take the lead. Mustangs, they would try to respond on the next drive. Arcuri trying to get Monterey Trail back in it, but Brooklyn Cheek just won't let that happen. A great interception by the sophomore. sets up CC with excellent field position, and they would convert with, check this one out, not one Aiden Taylor touchdown, but 2 of them, and they're almost identical. I mean, this looks like the same exact play, even down to the celebration. 5 combined touchdowns for Lopez and Taylor as they lead Central Catholic to the D2 championship. I caught up with the team after the win.
Parker Ream coming from Hughes Stadium with the D2 champs, Central Catholic. Aiden had 3 rushing scores on the day. He's been the catalyst for this offense all year long. What has this team meant to you?
This team meant a lot to me, and honestly, I'm nothing without my linemen, boys. Let's go! Let's go! Yes, sir! The trenches.
In the trenches, the other half of the running back tandem that has dominated defenses all year long, Julian Lopez, he had himself a pretty good day too. Speak to the offensive line. What have they done for you guys all year?
Oh man, the offensive line, man. Without them, we ain't nothing.
We go to a senior leader of this defense, a two-way player, Jericho. You guys got down early in this game, but you battled back on both sides of the ball. What did this team show and the resilience that it had?
We show a lot of heart. Every time we go down at half, we come in at halftime, we get the good speech. Coach Canova always comes to the good speech. We play hard. We play hard. Central Catholic, that's what we do. It's the team we are. Yes, sir.
What are the expectations for this team?
Limitless. Sky's the limit. We go. Stay fast.
All right, I'll let these guys take it out. They seem like they got it.
Give me that
W! Reporting in Sacramento with the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, I'm Parker Ream, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Here in Galt on Monday, where the Liberty Ranch Hawks host Escalon in the first game of the season. The Hawks start off hot as Fatima Lopez passes to Libby Portillo, who launches a shot and goal at the 4-minute mark. Hawks take a 1-goal lead. And we're not done yet as Natalie Merlin fights off 2 defenders and scores the second goal of the game to make it 2-0 in just 11 minutes. Still in the first half, the Hawks don't take their foot off the gas as Lopez hits a booming kick up high for the goal. Then Marin Rogers wants in on the action as she goes top shelf. The Cougars trying to get something going before the end of the half, but Ariana Anaya comes crashing in on a driving Cougar, and it remains 4-0. 8 minutes left in the first. Natalie sees an open lane all to herself, and it's just her and the goalie. She kicks it in for the goal, and the Hawks are in domination mode. Late in the second half, the Cougars trying to get 1 goal late, but the ball goes right into the hands of Anaya as the Hawks win in dominant fashion. Portillo, Merlin, and Rogers all with 2 goals apiece. Coming up, it's the Division 7 championship game with LeGrand and Woodland Christian.
Then we'll go back to the basketball court with Kimball and Mountain House. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be back in a moment.
The Woodland Christian Cardinals are undefeated on the season, earning the top seed in Division 7. Ryan Doherty is great on defense for the Cards.
And Woodland Christian set to face a LeGrand team looking to make a grand entrance into the Division 7 title game as the 3rd seed. Quarterback Julian Buccio has over 2,000 yards passing this season for the Bulldogs. LeGrand and Woodland Christian. It's the D7 matchup played at Sac City College Friday afternoon.
Parker Ream coming to you from Hughes Stadium. The Cardinals looking to use that 2-quarterback system that's worked all year long, but in the first quarter, it was LeGrand's singular QB that struck first. Julian Buccio drops back, and a beautifully thrown ball finds Jeremiah Lopez for the score. Extra point is no good. 6-0 Bulldogs early. Next drive, LeGrand going for it on 4th down. It's that connection again. Julian to Jeremiah, the toe tapper, keeping the drive alive and would lead to this next play. It's Louis Agallo taking it in from 2 yards out. The 2-point conversion is good, and the Bulldogs take a commanding 14-0 lead early in the game. Woodland Christian trying not to let this championship game slip away. Plays like this, they'll help. Jonathan Jaime, what a grab, but the LeGrand defense held strong and forced a turnover on downs. We jump to 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Buccio takes the snap, and Reyes Diaz comes back to the ball, and he is gone. Up the sideline he goes for the score. LeGrand takes the 21-0 lead into the half. Third quarter, it's Caden Pasco at quarterback trying to jumpstart this Cardinal offense, but the Bulldog defense was stout. Friday afternoon, Isaac Davison comes through with the interception, but both teams were trading blows in the third. And finally, with a minute to go in the third quarter, Woodland Christian converts. Billy Hinkle with the 3-yard touchdown run, 21-6 after the block PAT. Now in the fourth, Woodland Christian, their defense holding strong. Bucio launches one, but Daniel Noschke is there for the interception. The Cardinals were in business in this fourth quarter. Could they come back? But on fourth down, on the ensuing drive, the pressure from Cameron McCloskey and Hernan Cortez gets home a sack, sets up the Bulldogs with excellent field position, and they would convert. Agallo getting his second rushing score of the day to put LeGrand up 28-6. Then, with 6 minutes left in the game, the Bulldog defense calls game. It's Ronnie Ramirez. I think someone's calling. You guys know which phone. The house phone. It's a house call to seal the deal. Congrats to the Bulldogs, your CIF SJS D7 champs.
We saw what the record was, and it's a big deal when you go to a team that's undefeated. You got to play with the chip on the shoulder. So it's like coming into this game, we had to really focus up and believe that we could do it.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. The Kimball Jaguars looking to start the season off 3-0 with a win over Mountain House Tuesday night. The Stings with the early advantage. Our friend Roy Gardner Jr. gets the steal, makes his way down the court before finding Orlando Siff, who nails the shot from distance. It's 6-0 Mountain House. Kimball moving the ball around the arc. Jaden Richardson to Chris Obiajulu, and that shot is good for 3. It's a 2-point Jag lead when Dexter Francis III steps back and lands the triple. I guess good things come in threes for Francis III. Kimball now facing a 3-point deficit. The point guard Isaiah Baptista gets the rebound and goes coast to coast before taking 2 Euro steps and laying it in and getting the foul. The free throw ties it up at 20. 2 minutes left in the half. It goes Gardner to Francis III to Thurman Thorpe, bumping a defender but getting the shot to go. 34-24 Jag lead at the half. Third quarter, Roy Gardner fresh off the football field with a 3-point shot. Roy, the 3-sport athlete we will see on the baseball field as well. Baptista, a prolific passer for the Jags, throws a dime to Obiajulu, who catches it in stride, not needing a dribble to put it into the hoop. How about a little defense? Greg Thompson, the junior, with the denial. Kimball with the control in the third. Obiajulu to Kobe Harris. Kobe, that mid-range shot is good. And when Kobe passes to Jacob Sarmiento, who lands a shot and one, Kimball goes on top by 7, and the Jags would never relinquish the lead. Dylan Delamos with a long pass to Baptista, who dumps it off to Jarique Pereira, and you can count it. Kimball improves to 3-0 on the season with the 14-point win over Mountain House.
Sam Berg reporting here, and it's Monday night girls basketball action between the Bradshaw Christian Pride and the Rio Linda Knights. First quarter we go, and the pass is picked off by the Pride's Anika Cherney, and she brings it down the court and lays it in there for the easy score. But the Knights had their answer. Kayali Williams passes it over the middle to Mayunique Hill, and she drops it in there for the bucket as the Knights go up 10-9 after the first quarter. But the Pride were looking to get back in a big way. Freshman, that's right, freshman Olivia Arredondo puts up a 3-spot for the Pride. But the Knights started off the second quarter hot as Angelique Goebel steps up from behind the 3-point line and bang! She hits the bucket and the Knights are trying to push ahead. Great shot there. But the Pride had exactly what their name says. Quinn Durbin fires one to the other side of the court for Lucia Aranda, and she lays it up there for the easy 2-pointer. The score would be 21-19 Knights at halftime. Second half we go, and once again, Arredondo, the freshman, steps back, puts one up, and look out, Splash City. We've got a new mayor in town. 3-pointer for the Pride. But the Knights also had someone who can put up a 3, and that's Hill once again with the pass from Williams. The Knights would have a 3-point lead heading into the last 10 minutes of this one. Arredondo passes one across the court to Liana Lopez, and she puts it up for the score. But the last laugh would go to Kayali Williams as she bangs this one in from behind the 3-point line. Williams would put up 10 points in the final quarter as Rio Linda would take the dub on Monday. They're now 3-0 on the season with a final score of 45-33.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Connor Stoddard from the Downey football team. Connor sports an incredible 4.45 GPA.
Coming up, Hillmar and Escalon meet in the Division 5 championship game.
But first, here is this week's Cal Hope mental health tip.
A good night's sleep is a good game plan for mental wellness. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Make sure you sleep in a cool, quiet room, free of distractions, and avoid drinking caffeine in the afternoon so you can sleep more easily.
Don't wait to put an end to junk sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and wake up a better you. Save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $4.99 value. Or save up to 50% on Black Friday doorbusters like Sealy and more. And you can shop with confidence with our low price guarantee, only at Mattress Firm, the official sleep partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now, what's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months, a year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
We got next, we ready to flex, we're ready to rock, headed to the top. We got next, can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got.
Kennedy Schoenauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got. We got next, number 1, numero uno. Front page in the news, yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym, harder than the rest.
The Division 5 championship game also features 2 teams coming from the same league. The Escalon Cougars are the Trans Valley League champions and the top seed in D5.
Hillmar lost to Escalon during the regular season, but the Yellow Jackets set themselves up for a rematch in the section championship game as the 6th seed. The game, played at St. Mary's, is our second SunPower Electric game, and our Mark Willis was there.
Electric game.
Yeehaw! Championship night, Division 5 finals between Hillmar and Escalon. It's the SunPower Electric Game of the Week, baby! For Hillmar, look for Luis Vargas and Brock John Perry. And of course, their main man, number 24, Jason Pimentel, the new quarterback. Since he started playing 6 games ago, they've gone 6-0. As for Escalon, they're a well-rounded team led by running back Riker Peters and E.J. Lewis. And of course, their quarterback, Jonathan Rozovic, who can sling the ball down the field. I'm excited, I don't know about you, for the SunPower Electric Game of the Week. All right, you know the deal. The Cougar cheerleaders rooting on their boys. First quarter opening drive, and Hillmar with the ball and going for it all, but the pass goes off the receiver's hands and into the safety for Escalon. Tyler Medea with the interception, and the Cougars are in business. With the ball in Escalon's possession, they put the ball in Riker Peters' hands, and the junior running back has some speed on him. 66 yards worth of speed. He's gone 7-0 Escalon. Second quarter now, Escalon looking for more, but Hillmar's Derek Taylor sheds the block, and 23 gets the sack for the Yellow Jackets. But you can't keep a Cougar down for long. Donovan Rozovic connects with his big receiver, Owen Nash, who says, "Out of my way, amphibian." Nash tossing the defender back to Hillmar on his way for a 45-yard touchdown, 14-0 Escalon. But here comes Hillmar. Jason Pimentel with the keeper, but pitches it outside to Brock John Perry, who scores from 5 yards out, and it's now 14-7. Escalon looking to add to the lead, but Perry comes up with the tackle from behind the line of scrimmage, and that turned out to be a big play because Hillmar gets the ball back, and Brock John Perry cutting up the field, racking up big yards, and that would lead to this Pimentel touchdown pass to Derek Taylor from 11 yards out. PAT was botched, so it's now 14-13. Fourth quarter now, and Escalon going to the air. Rozovic finds his big target down the sidelines, and Owen Nash makes a one-handed catch inside the 10-yard line. That would set up this 5-yard touchdown run by J.P. Lyle, and that would do it. Escalon holds on to win 20-13, and the Cougars are your Division 5 section champs. Peters racked up 139 yards and a score.
This is for the team. You know, everybody worked hard, you know, and when I fell, they picked me back up, and we kept working.
I love how our defense played all together, and kind of had a few, 1 or 2 drives, kind of a little hiccup, but there at the end of the half, but we came out and we stopped and dominated.
That's the SunPower Electric Game of the Week.
Nick Pecoraro on the girls' court Tuesday with Folsom making its season debut at Will C. Wood. And right from the jump, this would be a sign of things to come for Folsom. They win the tip and break out to an Ava Rollins layup. And on the defensive end, Cameron Mafua says, "I'll take that." Gets it ahead to Rollins, who finds Charlotte Clemenhage cutting to the hoop. And more transition from the Bulldogs. Senior Michaela Jackson sees sophomore Ella Uriarte. That's a 3-ball corner pocket. Folsom started the game on a 22-0 run before this three by Woods' Kyle Gomez, but Folsom kept its foot on the gas. Jada Tupou gets an offensive board, kicks it to Uriarte, who beats the first quarter buzzer. Folsom up 33-3. Second quarter, Wood trying to somehow muscle their way back into this one. Jasmine Langai cleans up the offensive glass, gets the putback and one. Her 6 points led the Wildcats, but more of Folsom's Ava Rollins. Just a freshman, but she can ball. Goes coast to coast here for the layup. She had a game-high 18. In the closing seconds of the first half, Michaela Jackson crossing, spinning, doing her homework, getting her chores done, and beating the halftime horn. Folsom up 58-12. Second half, Rollins showing off her court vision, leading Clemenhage for an easy bucket, and Folsom's pretty good in the half-court set too. The Bulldogs swing it all the way around from corner to corner. Clemenhage with a pretty jumper to put the finishing touches on this one, and Folsom wins big, 94-25.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com. We will send it to you digitally. It makes a really great Christmas gift.
And follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. We are blowing up on Instagram. It's a great way to keep updated with scores, news, stories, pictures, and so much more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, Rosemont will look to win its first section championship with a win over Argonaut.
Then Mira Loma and Lincoln meeting on the basketball court. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium for our final football section championship game tonight. The Rosemont Wolverines are making their first appearance in a section title game. Sophomore Mark Cherry having a lot to do with Rosemont's success this season.
And the Rosemont team is set to face Argonaut for the Division VI championship. Colby Eckert can both catch and run for the second-seeded Mustangs. The two teams playing with it all on the line at Sac City College Saturday afternoon.
Brian Mueller checking in from the D6 Sectional Championship Saturday afternoon. Rosemont making their first appearance in school history. Meanwhile, their opponent Argonaut is looking for their first title in 17 years. And the Mustangs making the most of it. Bo Davis bobbing and weaving in the backfield and then hits Colby Eckhart for the score. And it's 7-0, 8 minutes in. Same score midway through the second. Joseph Ortiz dumps it off to Wayshawn Parker, and he knows the way into the end zone. We are tied at 7. The Wolverines have the ball back later in the quarter, looking to take the lead, but the Mustang D steps up. No one open downfield, but there's Max McCracken with the pick. Takes us all the way home, and Argonaut back on top. They would also get a field goal to take a 17-7 lead into the half. And they have the ball back to start the second, but this time it's the Wolverine D that makes a play, and it is a big one. Pick six. Rosemont right back in the game. It's 17-14. Argonaut would answer with a touchdown of their own, but back come the Wolverines. It's Michael Cherry churning for some yards. He will almost take this all the way, but he would punch it in a play later. PAT is no good, so it's a 4-point game with 9 minutes left. Same score with 2:30 to go. Rosemont facing a 4th and 2. Eckhart stops him right at the line. The sticks will come out, and he is just short. The Mustangs take over on downs, and Davis puts this game away with a 24-yard run. He had 3 touchdowns on the day, and cue the waterworks. Argonaut is the D6 champions. 31-20 the final. A dream come true for these Mustangs.
This is unreal. I've been dreaming of this since I was a little guy, since always in Pee Wee football. This is all I've wanted to do. I got the opportunity to do it, and we took the dub.
That's one of the toughest teams we played all year. We knew coming in here we couldn't underestimate them, but we fought hard, we did our jobs, we studied up, and we got it done. This small town supports us every year, and it's really nice to get out there and get a section championship for them.
Another one, let's go, let's go!
Mark Willis reporting, there's nothing like the zoo to get you going as Lincoln and Mira Loma meet. Speaking of getting going, Benny Najomo got it going on with the dunk as his first basket of the night was a two-handed rim hanger. Mira Loma working the ball around. Michael Mantiu finds Zeron Kai down low for two. Then it's Chase Ferguson on the break, and he finds the sharpshooter Jake Overbay in the wing. He's got that one, and Lincoln leads it 8-5. Lincoln on the run now. Najomo with his under-control jump stop and smoothly guides it off the glass for two. Lincoln's Tristan Atienzo working hard on the boards as he pulls down the rebound and niftily lays it in. Then Overbay pops a long two-pointer in the corner, and 10 seconds later, the Zeebs get the ball back, and it's Overbay from the Bay. Timeout, Mira Loma, and the Zebras are starting to pull away. In the second half, check out this nice shot by Michael Mantiu, who pulls up and knocks down the long J. Lincoln likes the three ball, and they are good at it. Ferguson nails this three, and the team had 9 in the game. To finish it off, Overbay with the steal in the corner. The turnaround shot is good from outside the line. Three-pointer splashed. Zebras win big. Jake Overbay with 27 points on 5 made three-pointers. Benny Najomo added 26 points on the night for the Fighting Zebras.
Coming up, we will choose the play of the week, so stick around.
But first, take a look at our Sac-Joaquin section top 10 football poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
The mayhem begins with Mark Willis showing us some contenders and then awarding the play we thought was the best of the best.
Let's start with the D1 Section Championship. Rockland's Joey Roberts throws it to Kyron Bell. The one-handed grab. That was sick, y'all. One-handed grab. Kyron Bell. Love it. How about Lincoln's Benny Najomo with the flush? Love that, Benny. Good job. He had a couple more, but I didn't get him. That's not the play of the week because the play is like this. Owen Nash, the one-handed stiff arm throwdown. Go back to Hillmar, y'all, because I'm going the end zone. One more time, Nash. He's big, he's strong, and he's got the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
I'm so excited to get the basketball and soccer in for this winter season.
Yeah, it's exciting to have just fall and winter in there. Makes for an exciting show.
Yeah, we just kind of keep going along.
Yeah.
I'm Robert Bronstein. Join us next week, and you'll meet the Christian Brothers basketball player raising awareness to help end violence in her community. We'll see you then.